Welcome back. The Supreme Court has sounded an alarm over an increasing mistrust of the country's electoral process, blaming the situation on the political class. While issuing an advisory opinion on the delimitation of boundaries, the 7-judge bench called on politicians to stop continuous attacks on the IEBC and instead respect the institution and allow it to independently manage the elections. In the meantime, the Supreme Court declined to give direction on the boundaries delimitation question, saying doing so would be hypothetical, as the new IEBC commissioners are yet to make a determination. Stephen Leto reports.
With the 2027 general election beckoning, the Supreme Court judges are already concerned over the trust around the electoral process. While issuing an advisory opinion on the delimitation of boundaries, the 7-judge bench mandated by law to determine disputes arising from the presidential elections said the trend is worrying. The Martha Koome-led bench noted, quote, the history of Kenya's electoral process from the findings of the Kregler Commission after the 2007-2008 post-election crisis to the litigation around elections culminating in the 2022 presidential petition reveals a consistent theme. The judges in their observations said one of a deep-seated trust deficit between Kenyans, IEBC and the electoral process did not occur by accident. Rather, it is the product of decades of politicization of the electoral process, relentless attacks on the Commission's independence and failure to implement electoral reforms in good time and in good faith. The Supreme Court trained its guns on the political class that they accuse of undermining the electoral process and turning the IEBC into a political tool. The judges told the politicians that rather than fueling this mistrust for short-term political gain, undermining the very institutions that they are duty-bound to protect, they should channel their power and influence toward addressing structural weaknesses, enhancing accountability and enforcing public confidence in the impartiality and competence of the IEBC. Ultimately, the Supreme Court judges say the legitimacy of the Kenya's democratic order depends not only on credible institutions, but equally on the fidelity of political actors to the spirit of the Constitution and the sovereignty of the people. The judges who are giving an advisory opinion on the delayed boundaries delimitation disqualified themselves from giving direction until such a matter is considered by a fully constituted commission. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.